Hamilton QB Jeremiah Masoli threw for 219 yards and 1 TD in his debut. Photo Dave Chidley, CFL.ca Hamilton. Liram Hajrullahu last-minute 37-yard field goal attempt sailed wide left for the Toronto Argonauts, sending the Hamilton Tiger Cats to their first win of the season in the Labor Day Classic Monday night in Hamilton. CJ Gable scored the go-ahead touchdown with 2:30 remaining, while the Argos came up just short of the late-game comeback, sealing a wet and wild Labor Day that included a 2-hour, 8-minute delay due to lightning. For the Tickets, the annual Labor Day Classic against their most-dated rival was highly anticipated after a turbulent couple of weeks in Tiger Town, including changes to the coaching staff and under center. But in Jones' first game as head coach and Masoli's first under center, things didn't start out as planned. A time count violation cost the Tickets 5 yards before their first offensive play, while, shortly after, Masoli's second down pass was intercepted by Argos linebacker Marcus Ball. The Tickets avoided disaster, getting a quick stop and forcing a 35-yard field goal by Liram Hajrullahu with hopes of better things to come. They would, eventually, but not right away, as the two East Division rivals sparred lightly through the first 15 minutes of the ballgame. With both offenses struggling, Ray's deep ball to S.J. Green was intercepted by Richard Leonard in double coverage. But after a 30-yard return into Argo territory, the Boatmen escaped trouble, getting a quick stop and the football back. It was 60 after Hajrullahu second field goal of the game, this one from 13 yards out, when it appeared that Martez Jackson had broken the game wide open. The speedy and slippery return specialist eluded defenders and took off down the sideline for a 101-yard punt return touchdown, only to have the game's biggest play called back on a holding penalty. Hamilton RB CJ Gable scored a TD. Photo Dave Chidley, CFL.ca at 7:32 p.m. ET, with just under 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Lightning in the area forced the fans into the concourse, and an eventual 2-plus-hour delay. The storm pest and the wind, although still a major factor, died down a little bit, set up the final 2.5 quarters of football at Tim Hortons Field. Up 60, the Argos had a chance to make it a 2-score lead when they lined Hajrullahu up for a 43-yard attempt against the breeze. The kick had a distance but missed to the left, leading to their 7th point of the night and a lead of a converted touchdown. With 159 in the wind at their backs, the Tickets showed no hesitation trying a 57-yard field goal, and it paid off as Castillo split the uprights to deliver the first points of the night for the black and gold. Jones' club had a chance for more before the half after stopping the Argos on 3rd and 3 in Tickets territory. But after a swift trip into scoring range, time slipped away from the first-time CFL coach and his team. Toronto defensive coordinator Corey Chamblin brought the pressure, and Masoli was sacked after time expired, sending Hamilton into the half with little to show for the late swing in momentum. A very short halftime break arrived at 1:03 p.m. ET as the teams switched sides and the third quarter got underway. The Tickets didn't get any time to think about it, and maybe that was a good thing, because after a first down by Jalen Saunders on a hitch screen, Banks snuck in behind the Argos defense, hauling in a wide-open 64-yard touchdown pass from Masoli to give the Tickets a 107 lead. With the ball in their possession and the wind at their backs, the Tickets planned to take full advantage of a rain-soaked field tilting quickly in their favor. On the very next play, Argos returner Jackson had the ball knocked from his grip and picked up and returned for a touchdown by Felix Faubert-Lassier. Osagie Odias forced the fumble as the special teams play gave the Tickets a 177 lead. Hamilton DB Richard Leonard picking off a Ricky Ray pass. Photo Dave Chidley, CFL.ca As quickly as the Tabbies gained momentum, the Argo offense finally discovered itself after its most unproductive stretch of the season. Over the previous 8 quarters coming into the second half on Monday night, that unit managed only 3 field goals while failing to find the end zone. That changed quickly partway through the third quarter. After a forgettable first half, Ray got into a groove with 7 completions on 9 attempts, culminating in a 10-yard touchdown pass to Posey to cut the Argos deficit to 17-14 late in the third quarter. Momentum is a big part of football, and it can change in a moment's notice. And suddenly, at the turn of the fourth quarter, momentum had slipped from the Tickets to the Argos in a big way. On the first play of the fourth quarter, Castillo's kick against the line trailed off to the left and was retrieved from the end zone by Jackson, leaving the Tickets empty-handed. Mark Trestman's offense, methodical as always, went back to work. Ray completed 5 straight passes to 4 different receivers, including one to Posey at the Hamilton 11 that was turned into a go-ahead touchdown for the Double Blue. The 7-play, 66-yard scoring drop put the Argos ahead 2,117 early in the fourth quarter. With under 700 to go in the game, the Tickets had a chance to steal back the momentum, pinning Jackson and the Argos back at their own yard line after a big punt by Castillo. But calm and cool as ever, Ray rolled out to his right and completed a pass to Jeff Fuller and another one to Green, moving the sticks and providing some breathing room. Despite a stretch of 15 completions on 17 attempts by Ray, the Argos had to punt from their own 22 with the wind at their backs. With the wind shifting into 15-yard penalty for no yards, the Tickets took over with optimal field position near their opponent's 40 looking to make up a 4-point deficit. They did, and quickly, with help from a pass interference call against Rico Murray on Luke Tasker in the Argo endzone. The penalty set the Tickets up at the 1, leading to a 1-yard plunge by C.J. Gable and a 2,421 Tickets lead with 2.5 minutes left. Ray used his feet along with a fortunate Argo bounce on a completion to Green, moving the Boatmen into field goal range on the ensuing drive. At the Hamilton 30, Harallahu's 37-yard field goal in the wind missed to the left, sending the Tickets to their first win of the 2017 season. Sean Lemon left the game early in the third quarter with an apparent injury and Mercer Timmis was helped off the field early in the fourth. Neither player returned. The Argos are off in Week 11 with a much-needed bye, their first of the 2017 campaign, while the Tickets head to the nation's capital for their second clash of the season with the Ottawa Red Blacks on Saturday, September 9th.